So now let's check out the materials. If we click on the materials in our starter content, we can see a list of a lot of materials, and we can just drag and drop just as meshes any of our materials onto any mesh. So if I just drag and drop here, you can see what happens. It dropped a wall, and it's working nicely. This is really detailed material of the wall, and if you double click, you can go in and check out the material. And this is a professionally made material by someone that Unreal gives you basically for free to use and test. And you can see that this drag and drop works really easily. You can just pull out the material from the content browser and put it on your wall. And let's put out a different type. You can see that these materials are tileable. So depending on your size of the wall, this texture will tile. Now, depending on what texture type it is, the tiling will be a bit more or less visible. So for this wall, the tiling is pretty visible because the same pattern is repeated a lot of times. And if we click, we can see here the material, and we can also change it in here, or also drop it in here. So if I take, let's say, this material and drop it here, it will be the same effect as being on the wall. And this can be really useful if maybe you have the wall selected, but you were looking somewhere here. So instead of going there, you can just take any texture, drop it there. It will be changed on the wall. And you can do that with all the other walls. So you can make concrete tiles. This, for instance, looks way less. Tiling looks way less visible here, and it's probably because it's way more subtle, which is nice. And let's put another material on our last wall. So let's put like something like this. So this is like a moody wall, which is really detailed. So their textures are really high end. And on the last wall, let's put something like this. And this is a bit more destroyed brick, still looks pretty nice. Of course, for a room, you would have a material of the same type usually, if this building was made one way. And we also have something on the floor. So let's put something shiny on the floor, like this marble polished. And if we click G to go into game mode, we can see everything way better. And you can see here we have the light, or the sun. This is a skylight, creating this sun effect. And we can see, if you look at our character, that he's reflecting. The reason why the character and everything has reflections is two reasons. Let's click G again. Two reasons. First, sphere reflection capture creates a reflection in the area, so we can see the area, this circle around it. It's basically taking a picture of where this sphere is all around it, and then projecting that. So it's a really nice and cheap way to add reflections to your scene, but it can be inaccurate. So you have to be careful and put multiple of sphere captures around your scene and all that. And we have also screen reflections, which is, if you look at the edges of our screen, you can see that reflections kind of disappear when we go to the edges. Screen reflections usually take reflections from the screen, so what you can see from where you are. So if you go down or look up, since we have in our screen this object here, it is creating reflection for that object. But if I go down, it's not capturing the reflections anymore, because we can't see the upper part of the wall. So that's basically screen space reflections. And as you can see, they already have everything out of the box, and it looks really nice.